All right, welcome to today's workout. Today we're still sticking with that AMRAP style workout, but we've got a little something special for you today. We've got 2 AMRAP workouts, so a little bit shorter each workout. We're looking for 12 minutes each workout we're doing, but again, we're going to work through as many rounds as we can within that 12 minutes, trying to keep that pace up and trying to move with quality. So the first AMRAP, we've got 20 alternating power lunges, 20 Spider-Mans, 20 toe touch crunches, 20 alternating leg lowers. Then you're going to rest for 3 minutes after you complete that 12 minutes, and we're going to jump into 20 alternating lunges, mountain climbers, scorpions, mountain climbers again, and to finish it up with some air squats. So again, 2 12-minute AMRAPs with a 3-minute rest in between. We're calling this one Star Wars. Let's jump right in. All right, our first movement, we are doing 20 power lunges here. So we're keeping that weight in that right heel, and we're gonna split this evenly between both legs, so 10 on each side. So as that right leg is working with that right foot in the front, again, we're pushing through that right heel, working our left leg back to that reverse lunge, and we're following through with that left knee for a little bit of stability work. So again, 10 on that right side, and then we're gonna transition easily right on over to the left leg after the first 10. Now we're keeping the weight in that left heel, and we're working that right leg back to that lower lunge position and driving that right knee through. Be sure not to raise your knee too high because that could throw you off balance. Whatever leg is in front, that's that glute you want to squeeze. So remember, 10 on each side, and then we'll transition to the next one. Okay, we're transitioning now down to the ground into a push-up position, and we're going to do some Spider-Mans. So we're going for 20 total here, alternating to each side. What we're doing here is swinging your leg out and that knee up towards that elbow on the same side. So thinking that right knee is going to swing up and around up towards that right elbow, left knee is going to swing up and around out towards that left elbow. So making sure we alternate each time. As that knee gets up toward that elbow, think like you kind of crunch to that same side, and that's going to really make sure we're engaging those obliques. The whole time we're keeping that tailbone tucked, keeping those abs tight, and working through all 20. All right, so those abs are warmed up, and now we're gonna hit those upper abdominals with some toe touch crunches. So you can start with your legs extended, your feet straight over your hips. Arms are gonna stay extended, and we're essentially just doing a little crunch movement up towards those toes. You're not gonna reach your toes, but our goal is to reach towards them, and that's gonna make sure we're getting the upper shoulders and upper back off of that pad or that mat as you get into that crunch position. A little more difficulty, you can extend your legs away from you a little more, and that'll encourage those lower abdominals to do a little work as well, and vice versa. You can always bring your legs up over your stomach or your chest a little more to take some strain off of that lower back. And now we're jumping right into those leg lowers. We're gonna alternate each one. We've got your hands set up underneath your butt for a little bit of lower back support. We're maintaining that crunched position and that chin tuck position, and we're slowly lowering each leg one at a time towards the ground. Our goal is to try to keep the legs straight, but you can always go knees bent and then extend each one as you get into that leg lower that way. And that'll be a little less challenging, but still very effective. So all right, as you wrap up those leg lowers, you're gonna go right back to the beginning with those power lunges. And remember, our goal here is just with 12 minutes, trying to get through as many times as we can. So try to keep that pace going consistently. Remember, you do have a 3-minute rest after you're done with that 12 minutes. So really push the pace here and post a sweaty selfie. All right, hopefully that 3 minutes of rest didn't go by too fast. So now we're setting up for the second AMRAP in this workout. So again, we're looking for another 12 minutes. We're gonna work with 20 alternating lateral lunges, 20 mountain climbers, 20 scorpions, 20 mountain climbers again, and to wrap up the round, we're doing 20 air squats. So we'll get ready for this, and we'll jump into that first movement with those lateral lunges. All right, so we're starting out with those lateral lunges again, looking for 20 total here. We're gonna alternate each time. We want nice wide stance, so think well beyond the shoulder width. We've got those feet staying straight though, and we're pushing that butt back and down as you reach the hip back towards that side you're reaching for. So as you reach towards the right side, really keep that left leg straight as you shift the weight to that right heel and push that butt way back. Those arms are gonna shoot forward to a little bit of counterbalance there for that movement to help make sure you're pushing your butt back enough. That's going to ensure we're keeping that tension out of the knees, keeping that tension into those quads, hamstrings, and more importantly, into those glutes. So 10 on each side, alternating each one, and then we'll get into that next one. All right, we're getting down to the ground for a quick 20 mountain climbers. These are gonna go by fast and they're gonna get that heart rate up, which is what our goal is, up on your hands with those shoulders over your hands. We're driving those knees in an alternating fashion, nice and quick up towards your chest and right back into that push-up position. And we'll get into that next movement now. We're getting into some scorpions. So from a high heart rate movement, now we're focusing specifically on posture. So we've got those feet coming up off the ground at the same time that you're pulling your chest and shoulders up off the ground. So you're kind of coming up on each side. We start with your arms out to your sides, extended with those thumbs pointing over your head. And then as we pull that chest, shoulder, and chin up off the ground, we are pulling those arms up and back. Thumbs are going to rotate up towards the ceiling and we're giving those shoulder blades a good solid squeeze. That is the most important part of this movement, to make sure we're engaging those postural muscles, really focusing on that squeeze of those shoulder blades. And remember to lift the feet at the same time to squeeze your glutes as you lift those legs to get those incorporated as well. All right, and we've got a nice easy transition right back into some more mountain climbers here. So again, we're looking for 20 total, alternating that knee drive up towards that chest, still making sure you keep those abs pulled in tight to stabilize your core. And then we're gonna get back to your feet to wrap up the round with some air squats. So this time your feet are underneath your shoulders. We've got a slight angle out to your toes. Those arms can still jet out in front of you to help counterbalance the hips going back, but still making sure we keep the weight in the heels and really reach those hips back like there's a chair a little too far away. So our goal is to get those thighs to about parallel to the ground. If not, just try to get as low as you can, making sure we keep that nice steady pace, keeping that tension in those legs. So after 20 of these, we're going right back to the beginning. All right, so that concludes one round. So we've got, again, making sure we try to go nice and smoothly through 12 minutes, as many times or as many rounds as you can. It's gonna go by quick, so just try to not think about needing a rest. You had that 3 minutes right before it, but just try to push through as hard as you can and let us know what you thought. Post a sweaty selfie and we can't wait to see it.